All rise. Judge Vonda B court now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1001, Cooper versus Johnson.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Cooper, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Yes, Your Honor. I brought this case.
All right, let's talk about something you don't hear every day, a father asking to be put on child support. That's exactly what Mr. Cooper is doing, not to avoid responsibility, but because it's the only way he can regularly see his kids. From the start, this case takes an unexpected turn. While most people view child support as a burden, this dad sees it as a path to connection. So is this about fairness? Or something more emotional happening behind the scenes?
She's been rescheduling when I come to pick them up. She's said that she's too busy and that I can't hang out with them on the weekends. She's just generally made it tough for me to see my kids.
Okay. Why have you made it tough for him to see his kids?
Your Honor, my ex-boyfriend has a new girlfriend and I do not like her. I do not like her being around my children. I think she's a terrible influence on my kids. And I know that if I give them more time with...
Now here's where it all starts to make sense. Amanda, the children's mother, openly says she's limiting access not for safety reasons, but because she's uncomfortable with Mr. Cooper's new fiancée. Not because of any confirmed issues, just a personal dislike. They've only been engaged a few months, but that's enough for Amanda to block visitations. Is that a protective instinct or emotional tension spilling into parenting? You decide.
And I do not approve of that whatsoever.
Okay, so you're mad because he doesn't want to be with you and moved on? That's what you're saying?
No, I'm mad because he has only been dating this woman for 3 months. Now suddenly they're engaged. I think she's a terrible person and I don't want my children to be around her. This is about the well-being of my children.
This is about the well-being of your children, but you don't like her. Do you even know her?
I have met her one time.
It's a yes or a no. Have you even met her before?
Technically, yes, I have met her before.
Okay, so you met her one time.
I know people who are friends with her. I've seen her.
You know,
on
I'm not
social
going to do this
media.
tap dancing back and forth with you. You're going to answer my question when it's very direct. So you've met her one time.
Yes, ma'am.
And based on that one time of meeting her, you believe she's a bad influence on your children?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
And then it gets even more intense. Judge Vonda B takes a closer look and notices something off. Amanda has only met the fiancé once, yet she's already decided she's not suitable to be around the kids. That raises eyebrows. The judge questions whether Amanda's concerns are really about the children, or if there are personal feelings clouding the judgment. It's a moment that reveals just how complicated co-parenting can get when emotions run high.
And you're just mad because he is in that new relationship, not with you. And because you're mad, you're trying to hold it against him with his kids.
Oh, no, that has nothing to do
That's
with
not
it.
how it works. Well, that's exactly what it sounds like. I mean, that's what it sounds like, right?
That's what it
I
sounds
don't
like,
want
Your
him
Honor.
back.
Yep.
I don't want to be with him at all.
No, you don't want him back. You just don't want him to be with anyone else.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's what it is. I mean, that's what it sounds like. And you can roll your eyes and everything. You know, that doesn't bother me one bit because I can do it too. So, we're going to go ahead and start child support today. You are going to allow him to see the children. It's not a what if, I don't like her, she's a bad influence. It has nothing to do with that. You're going to allow him to.
This is the turning point. Judge Vonda B addresses Amanda directly and makes it crystal clear, parenting decisions can't be driven by personal feelings. The children deserve time with both parents, and unless there's proven risk, a parent's new relationship isn't grounds to block access. The ruling is more than legal, it's a message about fairness, balance, and putting the children's needs first. Would you have made the same call?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thanks. And you understand that you're going to be paying child support, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, how much money do you make a year?
$48,000.
$48,000. And how old are the children?
12 and 14.
12 and 14. And who covers health insurance for the children?
We have Medicaid, Your Honor.
Okay. So just so you all are aware, Medicaid is not health insurance. It's a benefit provided through the state, you know, to assist with the children going to the doctor and the hospital if needed or anything like that. So that, because it is from a state agency, you are going to have to pay it back to them, okay?
Okay.
And it's going to be included in your monthly obligation for child support. You understand?
Okay.
Okay. So I have your gross at $4,000 a month, which brings your net to $3,000.
With the emotional side addressed, the focus turns to finances. Mr. Cooper earns $48,000 a year, and now the court is calculating what his monthly child support obligation will be. Medicaid is in the mix, and Judge Vonda reminds everyone that while it's a public benefit, it must be reimbursed. Mr. Cooper ends up with a monthly obligation of $1,122.50. Is that a heavy burden, or simply the price of being present in his children's lives?
Is $762.50. In addition to the Medicaid. So what happens is I have to take 9% of your gross, and that's the amount that you would pay back for Medicaid. That's what the law says has to be done. So 9% of $4,000 gives me $360. So when you add the two together, comes out to $1,122.50 a month. Now, if you were to enroll the children into private health insurance, which I'm sure you can find something a lot cheaper than $360, your child support amount would go down.
Okay.
Okay, so you have the option to do that. If you have private insurance through your employer, or if you want to enroll the children under something outside of your employer, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, all right. Do you all have any other questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge Vonda B ends the hearing with a practical option. Mr. Cooper can reduce his payment by switching to private insurance. It's a rare moment in court where a parent is given a real choice, not just a mandate. As the case wraps up, you can feel the dynamic shift. Amanda no longer holds all the control, and Mr. Cooper leaves with not just a financial responsibility, but the legal clarity and parental access he was fighting for. If this story moved you, hit like, subscribe, and share what you think was the turning point in the comments.